doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. Okay, so today I want to talk about a basketball game. Not just any basketball game, though. This basketball game is a one-on-one title. Not hoops. We already talked about hoops. This one pits two legends against one another. It was originally a PC title developed and published by Electronic Arts, but it was ported to the NES by the folks at Milton Bradley, with Rare doing the development on the NES port. And in theory, this is a phenomenal idea. This should be an amazing video game. In practice, the limitations of the NES and this being an early Rare title, those things combined to kind of give us a bit of a mediocre experience. This title was published in 89, I'm sorry. The original was published in 88. And today's game is Jordan versus Bird, one-on-one. Okay, so in Jordan versus Bird, one-on-one, or just Jordan versus Bird, you have your choice of 3 different game options. A standard one-on-one game, where you play to a certain amount of time, or you play to a designated amount of points. And standard standard fouls and standard basketball rules apply as far as fouls, charging, blocking, and stuff like that, as well as some one-on-one rules where you set up whether or not the winner, the person who scores, keeps the ball, or loser takes the ball, or what was another that you have to clear, and the rule that you have to clear the ball out before if you get a rebound or you get possession of the ball after it's shot. So it's pretty standard as far as that's concerned. There's a 3-point shootout where you control Larry Bird and you go through the motions, 5 racks around the arc, 3-point shootout. And the slam dunk contest where you control Michael Jordan, and you have to execute several different dunks. You get to pick through several dunks, some that are known as signature Jordan dunks, and others that are standard fare as far as slam dunk contest dunks. Now, like I said, this should all be handled brilliantly, but for whatever reason, it's really hard to control things in this game. You have to go through these different timed button presses to execute dunks, and in the dunk contest, and I think you have to press a button to jump and then press it again to release the ball to shoot, and it's just different little things like that that made this game way more difficult than it should have been. And for all intents and purposes, that sabotages what should be an incredible basketball game. And it just kind of illustrates how Rare, as good as they are at a lot of different things, how they weren't very good at others. Because you see, Rare was really good at sports games. Rare was really good at platformers. Rare was really good at beat 'em ups. But then there was, for every Battletoads, you got one of these random Acclaim titles that they worked on. For every Battletoads, you got a WrestleMania. For every For every RC Pro-Am, you got Narc or something like that. So for every really good game that Rare put out, they also put out something that was pretty mediocre. And this is one of those titles that unfortunately falls into that mediocre trap. And you're left with another disappointing basketball experience. I would say for a superior one-on-one game, you should play hoops. For superior basketball games, period, you should either play Vic Tokai's All Pro Basketball or Konami's Double Dribble. Those are pretty much the 3 basketball games that you should stick with on the NES if you want a solid basketball experience. And that's my stance on it. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow.